nine yards. The whole 9 yards. And you would think that even with the non-pageantry events, like a Raw, a SmackDown, whatever, or even when it comes to sporting games, like regular NFL season games, or regular MLB season games, NBA season games, NHL, you name it, college football, you think that security would be beefed up just as much, but it's not. Which is why you notice during these so-called regular seasons of all these events, fans showing up and doing what they're doing. Even if, like I said, they have an outlet in these various video uploading sites to get their point across to get noticed, they still do these things. Why? Because security is so laxed. I hate to say this, security is so relaxed at these regular season events, these non-pageantry events, that they know they can get away with it. They know it. And this is something that needs to stop. Like I said, it is an equal street on both sides. It's not just the promotion, whether it's WWE, UFC, or boxing promotion, various boxing promotions like WBO, IBF, whatever. It's not just the NBA and the team that competes in that facility, or the NFL and the team that competes in that stadium, or the Arena Football League team that competes in that arena. Same with the NHL and college sports. It's not just their responsibility to provide security, it's the venue's responsibility. It's like, okay, you're going to lend, let's say for example, TNA wants to, or GFW wants to rent out Allen Fieldhouse for a GFW event someday. Or Ring of Honor does. Ring of Honor, yes, they will provide security. They will provide security for the event, but it's not just their responsibility either. It'll also be the people in charge of Allen Fieldhouse. They will have to provide security to make sure nothing happens. Again, it is an equal partnership, a very major equal partnership that needs to be taken seriously. It cannot be relaxed. You need to be on your guard all the time. You do. I mean, this isn't obviously the first time that WWE or any wrestling promotion or mixed martial arts promotion or boxing promotion or sporting league or sporting league has dealt with this kind of stuff, like I've said. One incident when it comes to WWE, because obviously them along with TNA, WCW, ECW, Ring of Honor, GFW very soon, I got a feeling, if not already, I've had various incidences where this has happened. One of the most infamous incidences or examples of this happening, of fans interjecting themselves, you can YouTube this, you can put in you can put 2002, you can put in fan, ladder match, Eddie Guerrero, RVD, whatever, and you will see not just the match, but probably just a clip where the fan runs in, you have Eddie, he's climbing up the ladder, getting ready to probably win the match, or at least make it look like he's going to win the match. You have a fan come in, push the ladder like this, and then go like, yeah, I did it, see, I told you I could do it. And then he gets tackled, but at the same time he gets the hell beat out of him by Eddie Guerrero. And again, it's not the first, and again, this goes back to what I talked about. Fans putting themselves in danger. Because if you think the WWE wrestlers, divas, TNA wrestlers, knockouts, whatever, are going to deal with this kind of crap, they're not. They're not. I mean, come on, think about it. You probably have had fans try to do this at UFC and Bellator events. But you know why you don't see it as much? Because they themselves know that if they try to do this kind of crap, or pull this kind of stuff that they do with the WWE, TNA, WCW, Ring of Honor, GFW, Shimmer, it doesn't matter. if they know, if they think of doing this, they know that if they try it, they're going to get the hell beat out of them even worse than what a WWE guy did, than what a WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, WCW person does to them. They're going to basically get themselves killed by a UFC fighter or an MMA fighter if they try to do this. Maybe even get themselves injured. And again, for what? For what I mentioned? What? For the 5 minutes, 5 seconds, 15 seconds of fame? Is that it? I mean, seriously, folks, you got to rethink this. I mean, I understand probably that some people like to do this because they want to troll the WWE. They want to act like, oh yeah, you know, like on Raw, you have this guy basically, according to some, following Seth with the swag and everything, acting all big and bad. True, you know, some may want to troll the WWE and say, by doing that to the stars or the divas and saying, yeah, see, I'm big and bad just like Seth Rollins is. You see, I can be big and bad just like he can. It's like, seriously? I mean, what are you trying to point out? What are you trying to prove? That, oh, I could be just as big and bad? If Seth Rollins is really big and bad, he'll fight these guys by himself? No interference? Seriously. Seriously, are you trying to prove something? Because if you're trying to prove something, please tell us. Please tell all the social media sites. Tell Bill Apter at OneWrestlingVideo.com. Tell Don Tony and Kevin Castle. Tell Off the Rope Show OTR Central, the Lex Man. And guess what? Tell the promotions like WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, GFW, CZW, Shimmer, various others. Tell them. Explain to them why you're doing it. Go on. Come on. Tell them. You know why you don't tell them? Because you know that they already know the truth. Because they know that the only reason you're doing this is you're trying to make them look bad. You're trying to humiliate them. You're trying to troll them. You're trying to make it look like, oh yeah, you know, this backyard stuff that people say is dangerous that we do, you know, backyard stuff that we do is dangerous. Guess what? It's the same stuff these guys do here. So we can be just as big and bad. You know, it's like, seriously. Now, I understand I can understand that in the past few weeks, the past month or so, with the exception of what happened at the Performance Center, some might want to, you know, some fans that are discussing this, talking about this, kind of feel that there's a connection, that the various superstars that have been approached, that have been hit with objects, trolled and everything, that it's ironic that those 3 individuals that have been involved in this were the former members of the Shield. Like, you know, perhaps they're trying to, perhaps these people doing this are trying to send the message that, hey, we want the Shield back together. We want the Shield to fight the Authority again. We want the Shield to be the one that ends the Authority. And again, I can understand there are some fans that are coming up with that theory right now as we speak. You know, and let me say this. Whether that's a theory people can discuss more often down the line. For those that are involved in this, that if that is your reason, for you 3 individuals, if that is your reason, guess what? Newsflash. The Shield is going to get back together. It takes time. The Shield, even in the short existence, was one of those special groups that basically left such an impact that you can't just put them back together and have them stay together for a long time. No, they're the kind of group that if you're going to reunite them, you got to build that up. You got to build it up is what you got to do. The fact of the matter is this. If that's their intentions or not is another story. It's another story entirely. But let me say this. Let me say this in closing. Whether you're WWE, your TNA, your Ring of Honor, your Shimmer, your WSU, Women's Superstars Unleashed, Combat Zone Wrestling, GFW, PWG, or any other independent wrestling promotion out there, international wrestling promotion like AAA, CMLL, or New Japan or All Japan. You know, if I'm you, and I'm renting out a facility to promote, to showcase my talent in, I make sure, one, that my security is beefed up, even more so than it ever has been. And two, I talk to the people that run that facility and I implore them, I ask them, I implore them to beef up security on their end as well, so none of this happens. It's the same thing with sporting leagues like the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, college football, NHL, WNBA, you name it. If I'm going to rent out a facility, whether it's a college game or not, and it's on campus or it's not, whether it's a playoff game in professional sports or not, if I'm the league, I make sure I beef up security everywhere. But I also make sure that the facilities that these teams are participating in, whether it's a playoff or not, regular season or not, I make sure that that facility, I implore them to beef up security as well, so that we don't have incidences like this happen again. Because quite frankly, folks, this is getting ridiculous, it is getting stupid, and in the end, it's making things ridiculous, and it's making things look ridiculous, not just on the fans' behalf, because it's making us look ridiculous, but in a sense, it's basically ruining the entertainment value, the fun factor, if you will, that we have. That these companies, whether you like them or not, these sporting leagues, whether you like them or not, are trying to give us. So to me, in my honest opinion, if I'm any of these that I've mentioned, not only do I beef up security on my end, but I implore the facilities, the arenas, the stadiums that I'm going to be at the same time to do the same thing. So things like this never happen again. So let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. I am out.